Oh, happy day, fam. What's going on? Welcome to another episode, and as you can see, I'm hands-free today. Currently coming to you live from MagFest. You probably don't know what that is, but it's a yearly convention I come to for video games and music. So I had some extra stuff with me today that I'm able to be hands-free. And some free time to actually record. So I won't be too long today, but I'll be quick, but still at the same time I'm gonna take my time. I don't know how that works. Anyway, today, depending on how much information I give and how much time I have, this might be a two-parter. This might be my first two-parter, but we'll see. Anyway, I actually got a request to do this. This was to do a thing on stress. And I think with it being the new year, this is probably the best time to do some stress relief. Or to learn not to have stress in the new year. So, with that said, let's talk about some stress. Because who doesn't experience stress? I mean, stress doesn't exist. It doesn't. Who says stress is even a thing? I'm not stressed, regardless of all the classes I have to take and how much I have to go to work, and then all the homework I have to do, and all the quizzes and the projects, and then the bills I have to pay, and all the stuff I have to remember to do next week. Okay, so maybe stress is relevant in your life. I don't know. Maybe you have a lot of stress. Maybe you have some stress. Maybe you don't even have any stress at all. If you don't have any stress at all, tell somebody else about this video, because this probably won't be for you. If you have a little bit of stress, same thing. You might want to tell somebody else. If you have good stress management, probably not going to be for you. If you are stressed and you're about ready to pull out every single hair, this might be for you then. Okay, so stress. What is stress? Everything. It's when you have piles upon piles upon piles of responsibility. You don't drink enough water. You don't have enough sleep. And somehow along the way, you forgot where you parked. That's how I describe stress. But stress is not a fun thing. It's a very, how can I put it? I don't want to say dangerous thing, because sometimes true, it can be dangerous, but at the same time, meh. It doesn't really have to be dangerous. Stress is something that can get a hold of your life very quickly, especially if things start to pile up very quickly. And you probably are wondering, how do I deal with this said stress? I mean, of course, we're all the one way to take care of stress is to take care of the problems, and boom, stress is gone. But what if you can't take care of the problems right away? What if you need time to find the answers, and when it comes to finding the answers, you don't know what to do. And thus the stress begins. Thus, you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to find. Let me tell you about stress. This thing I'm at right now is stress. Every year, I try to figure out what am I going to cosplay in, or do we have the hotel room, or where we're going to be staying, what's it going to be like at the con. Stress happens a lot at cons, and eventually after some point, you're just like, why do I come here every year? It's because you like it. It's because I like it. Anyway, stress can come in all sorts of forms. Stress shows up in your family life. Stress shows up in your friends' life. Stress shows up in your finances. Stress shows up everywhere. And there's many forms of stress. Nail biting, anxiety, sleeplessness. I mean, the list goes on forever and forever. And there's so many different types of stress that you don't know what to do. You're probably right now thinking about something that you're stressing about right now, and you're pulling your hair out going, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Rest assured, the tips I'm going to give you, these are not medical, so please don't go to your doctor and say, well, Brandon said. I'm going to be like, no, I told you in the beginning of this video, I'm not no doctor. I don't know the doctoral way of relieving stress, but I'm going to give you some things that I do that hopefully might relieve a little bit of your stress. One way to relieve your stress is to find a hobby. I don't know what a hobby is. I don't get time to do it. But find a hobby. For me, sometimes stress relief is video games. Nothing like a good, fighter game to release some stress, or maybe it's playing one of my favorite video games, Kingdom Hearts. But, video games are a really good way of stress relief. Like this con, I know I'm promoting MagFest a lot. I probably should get paid for this, I think. Anyway, this con has a 24-hour arcade. If I get stressed, which I won't get this weekend, but like if I for some reason get stressed, it's like, oh, 2 a.m. going to the arcade. Just kidding, I'm doing this video. I can go do that. Another way I relieve stress is going out. Just go out for a little bit. You can go to the mall, go to your favorite store. Don't stress shop. That's a bad idea. Do not stress shop, because if you stress shop, you will look at your wallet and go, what is that? Don't stress shop. That's a bad idea. But go out. Just get out of the area that you're in. If it's the office, if it's your home, wherever you are, just get out for a minute, because sometimes a clear head makes everything better. Just get out and just take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, and just take a moment and realize what in the heck is going on. Another way that I relieve stress, and I think this is like an actual medical way of doing it, is music. Music is an amazing stress relief. Put on your favorite song. Put on, something that you can just sit and go, okay, I got this. I got this. I always jokingly say, whenever you hear the song 5 foot 6 or 6 foot 7 foot by Lil Wayne, is that his name? I think. I don't know. Whenever I hear 6 foot 7 foot, whenever someone hears that, run, because that is my anger song where I'm just like. So every time I play that, people are like, are you okay? What's wrong? I'm just like, let me be. Let me be. Let me just listen to the song and get it over with. So music is also a great stress relief. Another thing that I always like to say when it comes to stress relief is sometimes getting out of the situation. What does that mean, getting out of the situation? That means if you don't need to be in it, exit stage left. Yeah, left. Exit. No. This would be you're watching, so exit stage right. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Exit stage right. Get out of the situation. If this does not concern you, does not involve you, there's people sometimes that get involved in a situation that's not even their problem, and they stress out more than the person that's involved. And it's just like, dude, this is not even your problem. This is not even in your boat. Get out. Just go. People get stressed out. And here's another thing. Another great thing to get rid of stress. Don't add stress to a stressful situation. I had a thing happen earlier this week. I think it was earlier this week, where I had to, help give out some rides and what have you, and I was told thank you for helping us out. I know it was late, and, could have totally blown a gasket, and I'm just like, why would I blow a gas? Why would I add stress to a situation that looks like it's stressful? I mean, yeah, true. I could pull up and be like, and that could be done over with and make things worse. Why? When has anyone ever said, wow, this is heavy, let me add more to it and make it heavier? No one's ever said that. Like, don't add stress to a already stressful situation. If it looks stressful, pause. Just hold on a second. Let's take a breather and figure this out. I'm not here to add more stress. I'm here to help alleviate the stress. I'm here to lighten the load. So, don't add stress to a stressful situation, because if you do that, nobody's going to be happy. It's going to be a wreck. It's going to be a mess. And last but not least, so I don't think I have to do a 2-point video, because I think these are just some tips. This is what I do. Like I said, I am not a medical professional. I do not know the medical ways of relieving stress. I'm just giving you tips and suggestions that come from this thing up here, which sometimes is a crazy place. So please bear with me. So, last but not least, I want to say it. Sometimes people are like, how can you do that? Sleep on it. If it's a situation that you cannot answer today, sleep on it. Don't stress yourself out running yourself mad, running from point A to B and C, figuring out if this is something that you cannot answer today. Don't stress out about it today. Sleep on it. You need a good night's sleep. Never has a person been able to make good decisions, make good choices on like 2 hours of sleep. No. Get a good night's rest and think about it. Don't get angry about it because you can't do it now. Oh, what can I figure this out now? Because that's not going to help you. It's not going to help. It's just going to make a stressful situation more stressful. So, sleep on it. Get a good night's rest. The answer sometimes comes to you in the middle of the night. Sometimes it comes to you in the morning. And the answer may not come for a few days, or a few hours, or a few minutes. But I digress. Don't stress. I know that's easier to say than do. But if you hopefully take some of these tips and kind of work them into your stress management, like I said, one more time, final warning, I'm not a medical professional, so I can't give you medically trained tips on being stress-free. But here's the thing. If you go and don't take time for yourself, that's going to be rough. Take time for yourself. That's how I relieve stress, is just taking a few minutes for myself. Whenever I come home and my mom is always like, how's work? How was this? I'm just like, whoa, hold on. Give me 15 minutes. 15 minutes to distress. 15 minutes to just ease the day off. I think that's another tip. Don't take work home unless you have to. Don't do it, because that definitely adds stress. If you're stressed about your job and you bring it home from work, don't do that. Don't do that. Leave work at work. If you're done at 5 o'clock and you don't have to do anything else after 5 o'clock, leave work at home. De-stress. Call it a day. Have some dinner. Enjoy your family time or whatever time you have. Enjoy me time. However you like to de-stress. Leave work at home. Bow. Okay. So, with that said, I hope this helped. I hope this is a good insight into some things. I challenge you to go research, go look up some ways and be like, how do I get relief stress? How do you get rid of stress? There's numbers of ways you can do it. These are just some of the ways that I do it, some of the ways I've experienced. So get out there. There's probably thousands of ways to relieve stress. Like I said, go find a hobby, maybe it's painting, knitting, I don't know, maybe it's driving go-karts or something, or working on your car. There's thousands of hobbies you can do that are stress relieving. There we go. $1 million word. All right, but go out there and find some ways to get rid of the stress. Stop letting it build up. Talk. That's a really good one. This is the last one. I promise. This is the last one. I keep thinking of them. See, I told you. I might actually have to do a two-parter. But listen, talk to somebody. Don't hold it in, because that's stupid. Release it. Talk to somebody like, hey, you got 5 minutes? I just want to talk to you about something and get your insight. I've done that plenty of times where I've talked to somebody who's like, look, I need your insight on this. Before I do something or before I say something, I want your insight. Here's my story. Just talk it out. That's the best way to do it. That's what these things are for, these videos here, talking it out. We're having some real talk here, so don't be afraid to find your best friend or whoever you want to talk to, dog, cat, mouse, and have a real talk. Okay? Okay, Pookie. I don't know why I do that every video, but it's funny. So, thanks again for the suggestion on stress. Like always, I am always willing to take suggestions on what we should talk about, and no topic is taboo. Nothing. We can talk about anything. Just depending on what it is, I might have to find an even more private place, because a hotel room that's empty right now, I'm glad about that, because I was able to videotape that. So, depending on what we're talking about, if I gotta go in the car and drive to a secluded, abandoned parking lot to talk about whatever I need to talk about, I'll do it. So, keep up the suggestions, keep up with your life. If you haven't, keep up with these videos. Let me know how I'm doing. If I suck, let me know. If I'm doing good, let me know. The list goes on. Y'all, I love you. Oh look, I can be hands-free and do that. Yay. I love you. Please be safe. Happy New Year to you. And this has been